Yesterday's story was on Guru Bhakti. Today's story is on Dharma. Usually, let me start this session singing praises on our Mahapariva. Vedasya tattvamakhilam vinivedayantam Vedanta saranikaram pratipadayantam वेदस्य तत्त्वमखिलं विनिवेदयन्तं वेदान्तसार प्रतिपादयन्तम् काञ्चिष्टशङ्करमणं परिपान्दयन्तम् श्रीचन्द्रशेखरमहं प्रणमामि सन्तम् काञ्चिष्टशङ्करमणं परिमन्दयन्तम् श्रीचन्द्र प्रणमामि सन्तम् प्रणमामि सन्तम् प्रणमामि सन्तम् प्रणमामि सन्तम्. So today's story is about one of the king in the Mahabharata period called Indrayumna. Indrayumna was the son of Bharata and Sunanda. He was a king in Pandya dynasty during the Mahabharata period. Indrayumna was very well known for dharma. He was known as a dharma king, and because of this character, he went to Swargabhumi after his period. So when all his good deeds exhausted, Lord Indra told him that his time in Swargabhumi has ended and he would have to come back to the earth. But Lord Indra and Swargabhumi also told him, if you find one person, so he said, if you remember one person who can remember your good deeds, then you can come back to Swargabhumi. So first Indrayumna came down to earth and he went in search of Rishi Markandeya. Rishi Markandeya is a Chiranjeevi. Chiranjeevi means he got the varan of living forever because of his bhakti to Lord Shiva. So he went and asked to Rishi Markandeya, Rishi, do you remember me? I am Indrayumna. Markandeya said, no, I do not remember you. Maybe there is a owl in the Himalayas that is older than me. The owl might remember you. So Indrayumna and Rishi Markandeya went in search of the owl. The owl's name is Pravarakarnan. So Pravarakarnan was living in the Himalayas and they went and asked Pravarakarnan, do you remember me? So the owl said, well, I do not remember you, but there is a crane in Indrayumna pond who is older than me. Maybe that crane might remember you. So the owl, Indrayumna and Rishi Markandeya, they all went to the Indrayumna pond. So the crane's name is Nadunjangan. And he said, well, I do not remember you, Indrayumna, but there is one tortoise who is the oldest in this pond. The tortoise named is Akapura. So we can all go and ask Akapura if he remembers you. So the crane, the owl, Rishi Markandeya and Indrayumna, they all went in search of the tortoise. when Indrayumna went to the tortoise and said, Tortoise Akapura, I am Indrayumna. Do you remember me? The tortoise, he folded his hands and he had tears in his eyes. It's like if they come back to us, how happy we would feel. He felt so happy. He said, how could one not know him? You have built the Upastambam. Upastambam is a small pillar where they do yagnas. And because of you, we have lot of life in this pond. Dakshinas and dharmas you've done over the years, there is a lot of life thriving in this pond. That is why this pond is even named after you, Indrayumna. So how can I forget you? Now hearing this, Lord Indra came down again and took Indrayumna back to Swargabhumi for some more years because of this good deed. Now, as long as we live, we should always do good deeds to earn the punya. This will give us immense shreyas, immense happiness, immense satisfaction. Our good deeds will never go unappreciated. Our good deeds will never go unappreciated, and our bad deeds will definitely be accounted for. If you do something bad, maybe I can take this without anybody knowing, or maybe I can do this because nobody is watching me. But no, God is always watching you, and every bad deed will definitely be accounted for. Now, nobody will remember how wealthy we are, how much money we have, how beautiful we look, how many new clothes we have. Nobody will remember all that. But they will always remember a good deed. If you have given anybody some food on a day they do not have anything, they will always remember that. If you have given anybody water, if you have given anybody new clothes that they want, or if you have given anybody some books for studying, they will always remember that. Or if you have helped somebody, if you are very good at maths and you help your friend in maths, if you're very good in music and you help your friend practice his music, if you're very good in learning the slokas and you help your friend, or whatever you're good in, it could be even sports. You could even be very good at sports and you could help your friend in practicing or in getting himself or herself better in that. That is also a good deed. Kids always try to share whatever you're good at in a nice way and help others. Okay? So, the next part of this story, we are going on. So, first story started in the Mahabharata period. Now we are going to the Bhagavata period. So, another one aspect of Indrayumna is Dharma. He is very well known for Dharma. But at the same time, so one person may be good at sharing everything, but may get angry very easily. Education should always end in character. In Indian language, it teaches us to be humble in many ways. In fact, in Telugu, there is Miru. In Hindi, there is Aap. So there are, in every language, there are at least 2 or 3 different terms to describe or to call people and to give them various levels of respect. In English, there is only you. So our culture teaches us to be respectful and be humble. So this is a story of how Indrayumna learned this the hard way. Indrayumna was once cursed in the Mahabharata period. He was cursed by the sage Agastya because he disrespected Agastya, and he said, in the next birth, the next Janma, you will be born as an elephant. Indrayumna was heartbroken, but sage Agastya also told him, the only person who can redeem you of your is Lord Vishnu. The Lord Vishnu is the divine Lord. The coming story takes place in the Bhagavata period, like I told you. Indrayumna was born as Gajendra because Gaja, elephant, he was born as Gajendra in the next birth. He was once at a lake in Mount Trikuta having bath and enjoying with his friends. See, whatever we are in this birth, next birth, if you're born as somebody else, we'll not remember what we were. So, like that, Gajendra also does not know at that time that he was Indrayumna, he was cursed now. So, he was in the lake in Mount Trikuta having bath and enjoying with his friends. This is also a true story. There is also evidence that this happened. He was having fun, and then there was a crocodile in that lake. That crocodile was also cursed. Now, that is another story. I'll tell you another day. The crocodile was also cursed and on a crocodile next birth. So that crocodile also didn't know of its curse and it was sleeping there. He was very disturbed by the noise of the elephants playing and playing in the water. So the crocodile got so angry and he grabbed only Gajendra's legs. He grabbed Gajendra's legs. Then his friends started to help him first. All the other elephants were behind him and they started pulling Gajendra on the. But they all got very tired. So first his friends, his relatives, all the elephants that knew him, they all took turns to help him. Everybody got so tired and then in the end they all left him alone. So everybody tried but they couldn't succeed. They all left him alone. This fight went on for 1,000 years. And it is rightly described in a book called Narayaniam. Narayaniam is a book that has 100 chapters or dasakams. One chapter is called a dasakam. So, in the 26th dasakam is dedicated to Gajendra Moksha. It describes what happened in Gajendra Moksha in the 26th dasakam. In that, the 7th sloka is very aptly describing the situation. आर्त व्यक्त प्राक्तन ज्ञान भक्ति शुंडो क्षिप्ते पुंडरीकै समर्चन पूर्वाभ्यस्तम निविशेषात्मनिष्ठम स्तोत्रम श्रेष्ठम सौन्वगादि paratman. So Gajendra tried everything. He got so tired. All his ego and everything he was giving up. And then he suddenly got reminded of his Punarjanma, his previous birth. And he started getting reminded of all the incidents. And finally he said, Narayana, please help me. And he started in that lake. There were a lot of lotus. So he started with his trunk. He started putting Abhishekam to Lord Narayana, like just looking up at the sky, and he said, Narayana, Narayana, please help me. And he surrendered. That is Sharan, they say Sharanagadi. Sharanagadi means complete surrender. So he completely surrendered to Lord Narayana, all his bad qualities, leaving all his, his ego and everything with complete humility. He surrendered to Lord Narayana. And when you do that, in any situation, so you should work hard. Simply praying will not help. You should work hard, put in the effort. But when there is a difficult situation, after working hard, putting in the effort, nothing works. Praying, complete surrendered to the God will help. It could be Lord Narayana. It could be Lord Rama, Lord Krishna, Shiva. It could be anybody. But complete surrender to that Lord will definitely help. So, and then see, this is in this picture, see the crocodile is holding on to Gajendra's leg, and Gajendra is taking all the lotus from the pond nearby, and he is trying to offer it to Lord Narayana. So hearing this humility, hearing these words, Lord Narayana comes down, and Lord Narayana, he has a chakra in his finger. So with the chakra cuts the crocodile's neck and frees Gajendra. So in this chakra, in this picture, the chakra cut the crocodile's neck, also frees the crocodile curse, and he was a Gandharva that he was before. And this, by freeing the elephant, Gajendra attains moksha. In one of the lectures, Saiji rightly explained what moksham is. It is when you break the cycle of life and death, you will attain moksha. So, Gajendra again turned to Indrayumna, attained moksham, and went with Lord Narayana. It is beyond Swargabhumi. In Swargabhumi, you can come back to life, but this is beyond that. Moksham is breaking the cycle of life. In Devatin Kural, there is a beautiful quote about dharma, and there is also a good takeaway from this story about humility. So in love, and so just like Gajendra called out to Lord Narayana, this is a very good kriti and calling out to Sriman Narayana. Sriman Narayana, Sriman Narayana, Sriman Narayana, Sriman Narayana, Sriman Narayana, Sripadame Sharanam, Sriman Narayana, Sriman Narayana, Sriman Narayana, Sripadame Sharanam. Ram Ram. So,
Soundarya.
Soundarya? Very
Yes.
good. Ask me the question.
So the question is that for dharma, I thought dharma meant following a set of rules and not lying.
Yes, that is also. Dharma is following a set of rules.
What is your question? Can you repeat
So
it?
she asked if dharma means just following a set of rules. I said yes.
Okay. Rules are actually again who set the rules? It is so from where those rules come up. So everyone have their own rules, but it's not just following the rules of some school or some institution or some kind of a country or maybe some parents putting some rules or something. It is not that. Is a dharma. Dharma is a rule where it is given by Vedam from and Rishis. They given a some kind of a rules which are set for us to be live in happily, not only happy and achieve whatever we can do in a best of it, and also not only achieving it and we carry and make the good for others also, not only for ourselves and others also. Others, it is a whole environment, even in the plants, everything. So social complete ecosystem, you maintain it. Such a
Yes.
kind of a rules are made. So that is called the dharma. So those rules are maybe some are simplified to the for a school rules, education, like what she said yesterday, Gurukula. So there is a Gurukula, there is a set of rules for the guru and the students. So
Yes.
that dharma rules also given in our system, and we are going to give you a simply for every incident we are trying to give you some kind of a what is dharma for that particular thing in a story
Yes.
form. So these stories gives you a simple 1-2 lines of a dharma. For example, Gajendra Moksham, the crocodile catches the elephant. What elephant thought? It thought like, I can do it easily. I can get away from that. I can defeat crocodile easily. But then that is a ahankar. Like, it is ahankar is a overconfidence, what we call it, right, in the today's life. So don't underestimate anything. So we
Yes.
have to see we have to see what is the situation there. The crocodile is in water, so it have its own strength. Okay, so it is when it is in water, it have more power than other anyone in outside. So if it is the crocodile is the same on the floor, it will be a weakest one, right?
Mm.
And elephant can
That's
pick it up and easily can throw in it out. So you
yes.
have to assess that the what is the situation there, and
Situation.
so
That's
you
true.
cannot go take over that is a ahankar and a kind of a overconfidence. Then
That's
overconfidence
true.
gone out and dried up, and then that time actually you don't even think of like we are all feel it like as long as if we are in happy and we are doing good,
Yes.
everything is fine for us, and we feel it everything I'm doing it, I'm okay, I'm studying, I'm doing this thing, I'm fine, I have good friends, I'm making good friends of it. But when there is some kind of a problem comes up, then you have to the real situation, you have to assess that your skill will come out at that point of the time. That
Yeah.
time you have to see that is what is your weakness, what is the strength of others, then you have to analyze that part. So this
Yes.
Gajendra Moksham explains you a lot on that, like on that kind of knowledge gives you how to assess the when you are in a crisis. And
Yes.
then based on that, if for example, if elephant realizes it, I can't do it, I can't defeat the crocodile, then I think in end, instead of going to the fighting it for a years and then realizing it and asking for the God, Bhagavan, so it would have done it within hours itself. So it could have Vishnu might have come and finished it off. But that overconfidence, that when you are in a crisis, you have to be more pleasant and think of it and keep calmness. So every story gives you a simple dharma. So you have to take that part and then apply to your life. Samanvita, go ahead.
So, so like the in the first part, so Indra Yumna, so Indra Yumna went to heavens, but then why did he come back? Isn't he supposed to stay in heavens for the life?
Okay, good question. He said, whatever you done good deeds, and it is just like you buy a ticket for to stay in a cinema theater, and the moment that is finishes, then you have to come back, right? Similarly, whatever the good you done it, you finish that part, and then you are out of that heaven part. So again, what he said is you finished it. Then this particular person asked it as why I finished it, and he said, yeah, whatever you good done, nobody is remembers you about what you done. So then you finished your charging of the whatever it is, the battery is finished, and then they said like okay, then I will go and find out. So that is how this story come up. And so it is not a permanent seat as such. Everywhere you have it, like even in heaven, even in a life. So everywhere it is we have a shorter stay. As a kids, you are now another 10 years, you won't be a kid, right? So you're moving on from becoming young and then to the old. So this is a cycle. This is a change of cycle. So that is what it is.
What? So the Indrayumna, he got cursed to an elephant. Why did he get cursed to elephant? Because he is being good.
So let me answer this, Samanvita. Like I said, he has good characters. His dharma, his doing good deeds to others, and all that is his good character. But his ego, like his ahankaram, was his bad character. So because he was showing an ahankaram to one sage Agastya, the sage Agastya cursed him. Like I told you, every good deed will not go unappreciated. So all your good deeds will be appreciated, but all your bad deeds will also be accounted for. So this is the account for his bad deed.
Not in that particular life, even in the next life also, it is stay till he battle with the crocodile. Okay. So after he felt it like, I can't do anything here, then he lost his ego and then he went to the Bhagavan and pray for it. Save me. That is where he lost the ego. Then he attained the whatever it is, a moksha. So whatever the bad character he possesses it, along with other good things, the bad thing gone, and then he credited himself with all the good things. Okay.
So if you do good, give somebody water. Yes. So if you give water to somebody, will God count that in the good points?
Yes, yes. Giving water, giving food to people who are in need definitely counts as good points. Definitely it's a good deed. Those who are in need, okay? To those who are in need, who wants water, yes, giving water, giving food and everything. That is actually one of the highest forms of doing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the best things, Disha, that giving of food is the best danam. It is called a giving up. That is
Annadanam.
having a annadanam is one is the highest level, and the next one is the education. Giving in the education to somebody, the knowledge.
Yes.
Okay, giving
Yes.
it that also is the second level of it. We have to share with the others. Those two. Okay.
I have two questions. So my first question is, so say that I if I'm serving food to myself, say that I accidentally put a bit too much. It's a tiny bit. So if I can't eat anymore, is it okay if we can give that food to someone else? Does that still count as a good deed?
No. Whatever you put in your plate, it's not good to give it to others. Whatever you put in your plate. So try as much you put in your whatever, how much ever you can eat. But if you accidentally put it, maybe ask your mother what to do. Okay.
Okay, and my other question is, why do we have? So, like after the second story, you were talking about if there's like a special occasion, somebody, but can't celebrate it that much. So, why do we have to think about that? Like, why we're doing that?
So when you start thinking about others, thinking about helping others at this young age, it will become a practice for you. So if I say, please do one good deed to others every single day in a year, it is very difficult. Because as kids, you can only do so much. So that's why I'm saying, as because a birthday is very easy to remember. If I say every August 15th, please do something good, it will be very difficult for you to remember. Your birthday or your mother's birthday is easy for you to remember. So that's why when you start on such days, it will be easy for you to remember and practice every year. And yesterday, I told you I had Mahapariva's picture behind. So today I wanted to show you who, can anybody tell me who this god is?
Kamakshi.
Kamakshi, very good. Kamakshi, very good. Who said that?
Sahana.
Sahana, very good. So he is the god you would find when you go to Kanchipuram. And can anybody, I'm pointing out to one guru here. So can anybody name who he is?
Adi Shankaracharya.
Very good. He was the one who revived the Sanatana Dharma. And can anybody name the other guru?
Mahaperiva.
Very good. I'm very proud of you all. Okay? Very.
How did this elephant survive without water or food for 1,000 years?
Well, that is a very good question. Maybe because he was in the lake, he used to drink the water from the lake to keep him alive. And maybe.
Okay. See, sometimes we have a time period, we will say in our Puranas, which is beyond our calculations, beyond our present timeline. Okay, sometimes we say that is Rama ruled for so many years, thousands of years. So is it a thousands of years anybody can born? Anybody can live for? So these are all some kind of a timelines as mentioned it. But just like that, they mentioned it the 1,000 years, the fight the elephant had with crocodile.
Thank you.
So I've heard that gods like Shiva, Vishnu, Kamakshi, those kind of gods are all immortal. So was the elephant or the person who got cursed in the last book, is that person immortal?
Oh, the Rishi Markandeya?
No. The person who got cursed and got turned into an elephant in the last.
Oh, yeah. No, Indrayumna is not immortal. Indrayumna is not immortal.
I have a question.
Yeah, go
So,
ahead. What is it?
from yesterday, how did Upamanyam lose his eyesight when he fell into the well?
Before that itself, he lost his eyesight because of the poison plant he ate in it.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, because of the no eyes only he fallen into the well. Okay.
Ready? Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Shri Chandramaulishwaraya Namaha. Repeat twice after me.
Shri Chandramaulishwaraya Namaha. Shri Chandramaulishwaraya Namaha.
Shri Kamakshi Devyai Namaha.
Shri Kamakshi Devyai Namaha. Shri Kamakshi Devyai Namaha.
Jaya Jaya Shri Kamagirindra Nilaye.
Jaya Jaya Shri Kamagirindra Nilaye. Jaya Jaya Shri Kamagirindra Nilaye.
Jaya Jaya Shri Kamakoti Pitha Sthite.
Jaya Jaya Shri Kamakoti Pitha Sthite. Jaya Jaya Shri Kamakoti Pitha Sthite.
Jaya Jaya Shri Trichatvarimshat Kona Shri Chakrantarala.
Jaya Jaya Shri Trijatvarimshat Kona Shri Chakrantarala.
Bindu Pitho Parilasat Pancha Brahmamaya.
Bindu Pitho Parilasat Pancha Brahmamaya. Bindu Pitho Parilasat Pancha Brahmamaya.
Mancha Madhyastha Shri Shivakamesha Vamakanilaye.
Mancha Madhyastha Shri Shivakamesha Vamankanilaye. Mancha Madhyastha Shri शिवकामेश वामाङ्कनिलये
जय जय श्री विधि हरिहर
जय जय श्री विधि हरिहर जय जय श्री विधि हरिहर
सुरगणवन्दित चरणारविन्दयुगले
सुरगणवन्दित चरणारविन्दयुगले सुरगणवन्दित चरणारविन्दयुगले
जय जय श्रीमद् रमावाणीन्द्राणि
जय जय श्रीमद् रमावाणीन्द्राणि जय जय श्रीमद् रमावाणीन्द्राणि
प्रमुख रमणी करकमल समर्पित चरणकमले
प्रमुख रमणी करम कमल समर्पित चरण कमले प्रमुख रमणी कर कमल समर्पित चरण कमले
जय जय श्री निखिल निगमागम
जय जय श्री निखिल निगमागम जय जय श्री निखिल निगमागम
सकल संवेद्य विविध वस्त्रालंकृत
सकल संवेद्यमान विविध वस्त्रालंकृत सकल संवेद्यमान विविध वस्त्रालंकृत
हेम निर्मित अनर्घभूषण भूषित दिव्यमूर्ते
हेम निर्मित अनर्घभूषण भूषित दिव्यमूर्ते हेम निर्मित अनर्घभूषण भूषित दिव्यमूर्ते.
Okay, these are the 6 verses we have learned so far. We'll learn the 7th one today. Repeat twice after me. Please stay on mute. Jaya Jaya
Jaya Jaya Jaya Jaya
Shri
Shri Shri
Anavaratabhisheka
Anavaratabhisheka Anavaratabhisheka
Dhupa Deepa
Dhupa Deepa Dhupa Deepa
Naivedyadi
Naivedyadi Naivedyadi
Nanavidhopacharaihi
नानाविधोपचारैः नानाविधोपचारैः
Parishobhite
परिशोभिते परिशोभिते.
Do it again. Jaya Jaya Shri
जय जय श्री
Anavaratabhisheka
अनवरताभिषेक अनवरताभिषेक
Dhupa Deepa
धूप दीप धूप दीप
Naivedyadi
नैवेद्यादि नैवेद्यादि
Nanavidhopacharaihi
नानाविधोपचारैः नानाविधोपचारैः
परिशोभिते
परिशोभिते परिशोभिते
जय जय श्री अनवरताभिषेक धूप दीप
जय जय श्री अनवरताभिषेक धूपदीप जय जय श्री अनवरताभिषेक धूपदीप
नैवेद्यादि नानाविधोपचारैः परिशोभिते
नैवेद्यादि नानाविधोपचारै परिशोभिते नैवेद्यादि नानाविधोपचारैः परिशोभिते
Try to repeat the whole sentence now. Jaya Jaya Shri अनवरताभिषेक धूप दीप नैवेद्यादि नानाविधोपचारैः परिशोभिते
जय जय श्री अनवरताभिषेक धूपदीप नैवेद्यादि नानाविधोपचारैः परिशोभिते जय जय श्री अनवरताभिषेक धूपदीप नैवेद्यादि नानाविधोपचारैः परिशोभिते.
Okay, so we'll repeat the entire shloka once. Jaya Jaya Shri Kamagirindra Nilaye
जय जय श्री कामगिरीन्द्र निलये जय जय श्री कामगिरीन्द्र निलये
जय जय श्री कामकोटिपीठ स्थिते
जय जय श्री कामकोटिपीठ स्थिते जय जय श्री कामकोटिपीठ स्थिते
जय जय श्री त्रिचत्वारिंशत्कोण श्रीचक्रान्तराल बिन्दुपीठोपरिलसत् पञ्चब्रह्ममय मञ्चमध्यस्थ श्री शिवकामेश वामाङ्कनिलये
जय जय श्री त्रिचत्वारिंशत्कोण श्रीचक्रान्तराल बिन्दुपीठोपरिलसत् पञ्चब्रह्ममय मञ्चमध्यस्थ श्री शिवकामेश वामाङ्कनिलये जय जय श्री त्रिचत्वारिंशत्कोण
श्रीचक्रान्तराला बिन्दुपीठोपरिलसत् पञ्चब्रह्ममया मञ्चमध्यस्था श्री शिवकामेशवामाङ्कनिलये
जय जय श्री विधिहरिहर सुरगणवन्दित चरणारविन्दयुगले
जय जय श्री विधिहरिहर सुरगणवन्दित चरणारविन्दयुगले जय जय श्री विधिहरिहर सुरगणवन्दित चरणारविन्दयुगले
जय जय श्रीमद् रमावाणीन्द्राणि प्रमुखरमणी करकमलसमर्पित चरणकमले
जय जय श्रीमद्रमावाणीन्द्राणि प्रमुखरमणी करकमलसमर्पित चरणकमले जय जय श्रीमद्रमावाणीन्द्राणि प्रमुखरमणी करकमलसमर्पित चरणकमले
जय जय श्री निखिल निगमागम सकल संवेद्यमान विविध वस्त्रालंकृत हेम निर्मित अनर्घभूषण भूषित दिव्यमूर्ते
जय जय श्री निखिल निगमागम सकल संवेद्यमान विविध वस्त्रालंकृत हेम निर्मित अनर्घभूषण भूषित दिव्यमूर्ते जय जय श्री निखिल निगमागम सकल संवेद्यमान विविध वस्त्रालंकृत हेम निर्मित अनर्घभूषण भूषित दिव्यमूर्ते
जय जय श्री अनवरताभिषेक धूप दीप नैवेद्यादि नानाविधोपचारैः परिशोभिते
जय जय श्री अनवरताभिषेक धूप दीप नैवेद्यादि नानाविधोपचारैः परिशोभिते जय जय श्री अनवरताभिषेक धूप दीप नैवेद्यादि नानाविधोपचारैः
परिशोभिते
परिशोभिते